Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and we are 2 weeks into the free-to-play. This is day 14, and let's get it all caught up. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so as we pull up the sheet that we are keeping track, you can see here that day 13 is all filled out, and we are currently kicking off day 14. I just claimed the in-game rewards, which we finally got. The Gizo that you see right here is the day 14 reward that we just got for logging in. And then if I back out and show you on the daily login rewards, you can see we just got a days of XP as well when we hit 14. And we also just had a 2x void event end. As of right now, as of about yesterday, I am saving my ancient shards. We have 2x ancients launching in about 11 or 12 days. I'm going to be disciplined. I'm going to hold off and maybe pull something amazing like a Tyrell or a miscreated monster or some sort of legendary even. We're going to hold off until 2x ancients because I also am saving up these gems right here. I'm going to buy a big pack of 11 ancient shards. So hopefully I can get pretty close to like 20 ancient shards to pull for the 2x ancient event launching. It'll be about day 25, day 26, and then we'll hit the ground running as we approach the first or the end of the first month. For the 2x voids, I want to say I ended up pulling about 5 voids, maybe 6, something like that during the event. By the way, huge shout out. I'm lucky enough to have some people doing the referral program here. I mean, I was able to get all 3 void shards from the referral program. So, hey, RAF, TREF, and Raynor, thank you so much. I appreciate your time taking the referral links and helping me out on this journey, and was able to get something to work with on the void shards at least. It didn't go amazing, but it went pretty well because I was lucky enough to get a cold art and also a gala. That was the highlights. Everything else was chicken. I think it was like 6 void shards. 2 of them ended up mattering. 4 of them were just chicken. But yeah, Gala is a pretty good self-sustaining damage dealer. She can place shields on herself, grants an extra turn, and she hits super hard. Plus, she's got multi-hitters galore, so it can be handy for the Fire Knight, also being void, so she can be valuable in all those levels as you work your way up. Same with Coldheart. She is S tier versus the Fire Knight. The only problem is, when you're early game, it can be really tough to keep her alive. She's very squishy. When you don't have good support around her, when you don't have really good speeds to get a bunch of turns instead of the dungeon waves and stuff, it can be really hard to hit all the thresholds you need to hit, which is 70% crit rate and also having enough accuracy for her to land her abilities. But then you also need to keep her alive or else she's not going to do anything for you. So I am probably going to book Coldheart. You can see here, she has not been booked yet, but I have been diligent about saving my books. I'm up to 18 rare books. I'm still farming for War Maiden books. She is 1 book away here on the cooldown on Crumbling Blast. As soon as I get that, I'm going to be bumping it up to farming 12-3 because I've been farming 12-9 to try to get the War Maiden books because it's definitely worth it. If you can get books for free by farming them in the campaign on a free-to-play when I can't replace these, I'm definitely going to take advantage of that. I will sacrifice the XP gains to go for farming those rare books in the campaign. And then, obviously, I mean, the main point of this video, as you can see here, Kale is 6 stars. All right, here it is. Kale to 6. We use the Berserkers that we got from farming the books of War Maiden. And then our uncommon sniper that we use in the super early game that's going to get replaced by Cold Art. And here it is. Bang. We did it during a tournament. So we were able to do that on day 13. Now, I could have done this probably on day 6 or 7 if I was just all in trying to get a 6-star champion as soon as possible. But I kept doing missions and doing challenges and then focusing on other things like a tournament that I wanted to win. And then there was a champion in the Fire Knight that I really wanted to get, and I ended up getting because of the points. You can see here the Abyssal. I really wanted to get this guy on the free-to-play account. So I was dipping my hand in multiple different cookie jars, going for different things. So it set me back a few days on the Kale, but I think it's going to pay off in the long run because there really wasn't any benefit to me rushing Kale with the way this account was turning out and the way the first couple weeks was going. I was like I said, I need the books for War Maiden. So Whether KO was 5-star or 6-star, I was going to be farming the exact same campaign stage, and I wasn't really at a point where I was going to be wanting a ton of dungeon progression, and it just made sense to kind of go for those other goalposts and other things I wanted to achieve, and then kind of let the 6-star KO happen naturally. But if you're watching this as a beginner, you should definitely aim for having your first 6-star champion somewhere in between day 10 and day 14. If you're 2 weeks in, if you're on day 14 and you don't have a 6-star yet, you definitely want to be prioritizing it and making it happen as soon as possible. Because somebody asked a really good question on stream. They asked, now that you're doing a free-to-play account, have you learned anything as opposed to like 2 years ago when you were leveling up your main for the first time? And definitely the #1 lesson I learned, hands down, was do not spread yourself thin. A lot of people, including myself, get like 10, 12 5-star champions because they're like, well, I want to build my War Maiden, I want to get her to 5-star. Cold Heart's good, I want to get her to 5-star. And they just keep delaying getting that main champion of your roster to 6 stars. You want to concentrate your power, not spread yourself thin. And a lot of people make that mistake of just getting a bunch of 4 and 5 stars and neglecting getting that 6-star. You definitely want to get usually your starting champion, not always, but usually your starting champion is the one you get masteries for first and you book first, and they're your best AoE damage dealer. So it's usually best in most situations to rush them to 6-star, somewhere in between that 10 and 14 day mark if you're on a free to play. But like I said, it is possible to do it faster than that. You can probably do it on day like 5 or 6 if you're really just beelining all in for only that. But I think a healthy route, if you're focusing on all the different things you want to do, the challenges and everything that I kind of mentioned before, somewhere around that day 10 mark, a little bit before or after. And my next 6-star will probably be the Valkyrie. Obviously, I want to get her defense up. I want to really help the base stat of that so I can get a lot of shields for my team. And then I put her in Relentless set. I was able to win this from one of the tournaments that I finished high on. I want to put her in Relentless set because I'm not going to be able to book her counterattack. There's just no, it's going to take me forever to get as enough legendary books to get to level 7 on her counterattack ability. So a pseudo way of booking her, I'm thinking, is to help her get extra turns, to get through those turns faster. That way we can get back to that counterattack ASAP. So that's the thought process on the first kind of initial usage of Valkyrie here, because I can't get her booked. And one more thing that I do want to talk about that I'm kind of learning here is to make sure and pay attention to these advanced quests, especially if you're on a free to play. This 50 energy is a big deal. If you can get that 5 or 6 days a week, maybe not every day, but if you can get that 50 energy, that really adds up on a free-to-play account. So a lot of times you get a quest here like this one, win one tag team arena battle against a team with higher power, and you can go in there and try to cheese this in certain situations. Like you look through here for somebody that's using a defense that's like 2 or 3 people. That's a level 60, so maybe not, but something like this. So you've got a defense like this. You can use your main team and then just go ahead and like remove a champion. So we can remove, if we remove right there, that's not enough. If we remove Valkyrie, okay, so we can duo it. We can go, we might as well use the HP aura of Kale. We can duo this. War Maiden's going to be strong, but okay, so basically even on affinities, but I've got my 6-star Kale here, and then my debuffer and War Maiden. I can probably win that, and my team is 25 versus 26, so I can scoop up 50 energy just by paying enough attention to kind of do a funny battle here. These ones don't matter. I'm just throwing them. It doesn't matter. This is the one I'm worried about. I want to win this one. I'm going to actually save my Acid Rain until I take some damage, so we're going to do that first. Then we'll break. Now, obviously, I need to optimize the team to have War Maiden go first, but I have not had enough silver and gear investment to make that happen yet. So then we're gonna obviously have the Kale hopefully doing well, and we're able to take it down and go ahead and get that 50 energy as the advanced quest reward just by kind of being diligent about paying attention. And you can go ahead and just quit the series after that, and then when you go back to the main screen, it will pop up, boom, and we just got 50 energy. So definitely keep an eye on those advanced quests. It can be a good opportunity to earn some extra energy, especially in that, and little things like that are going to add up over the course of weeks and months of playtime in the game. But plan going forward is going to be pay attention to the tournaments and maybe put energy towards that if it's realistic for me to win, because the rewards of this stuff early game is actually pretty insane. If you can get a full 6-star epic set within the first month of the game, that is insanely impactful to your account. And then also, I want to keep an eye on these shards and make sure I'm acquiring them, because we have 2x Ancients coming up, and that is going to be huge. So anytime you can see here, if I can make sure I get in the top 5 of this Fire Night tournament, it's worth putting energy in. Now, unfortunately, I've got somebody above me. I went for the points to get the rare here, Abyssal, and then I stopped, but it's looking like I'm not going to be able to win this, but I do want to make sure I stay in the top 5. So the plan going forward, like I said, is just making sure I'm paying attention to those tournaments and events, making sure I'm double dipping my points as much as I can. But then I'm still going to be in the campaign going for the War Maiden books. I'm going to be in 12-9 on Brutal Stage 3 because it's the best silver per energy I can get, while also farming for books for War Maiden. When I get War Maiden's skills maxed, it's time to bump it up. We're heading up to 12-3. Then we're going to start getting as many campaign stars as I can. As you can see here, we get 3 ancient shards. We're definitely going to make that happen and progress into farming 12-3 so that my XP will be a little bit more efficient. And then it'll be off and running. We start working on dungeon progression that will then lead to better gear, which will then lead to better arena and better clan boss. So it's all going to kind of take off and snowball from there. But that is kind of the thought process as we are heading into week 3. Week 1 was complete on day 7. Week 2 is just now complete as of today, and we are off and running to hopefully launch into 2x Ancients being pretty big here around day 25 for us. So that's going to do it for this one. As always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.